Oh. Where are we? Good evening, everybody, and I hope that worked. Do we have sound? This is an important part of the program. Checking for sound. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe it looks like I'm just miming. Who knows? It's a bit warm today. I do have a rather large jacket on. Good evening, Mr. Brooks. How are you? Can you hear sound? This is the important question. Can you hear sound? As opposed to what? Can you not hear sound? Oh dear. Sound is clear. This is a good start. Right, what am I doing? I think I just need to reply to something quickly. I do apologise. I should have done this beforehand. I don't know. Right. That's the important bit. We've got this lovely... I don't know what you'd call that. Hello, I can hear you. Brother Bob. Who is Brother Bob? Brother Bob must be a new person, but hello, Brother Bob. What is your name and where do you come from? That's what I'm going to ask. Right, I need to paint this. Have I set my zoom up correctly? That's about as good as I'm going to get, I reckon. We'll move this. Right, we need some paints. Paints are the most important part of painting, aside from something to paint, I suppose. Mind your knuckles. Ah, Bob from Lancashire. I don't think we have anyone from Lancashire in here before. Right, what am I going to do? 4-1. You know when you forget how to paint? That is me today. Does anyone have any exciting stories? I'll take that as a no. I need some wiping rag. Three bottles of paint. Here we go. A good story. And what bottles of paint have you bought? They are the wrong colour. Oh dear. How do you end up ordering the wrong colour of paint? This is the question. I think this might be a bit light. Oh well. Draw on your paint mixing thing. Okay. Let's start with a nice easy section. I should have probably started with the you want to come down, do you, Mr. Camera? With the metal, but I am stupid, so that hasn't happened. Oh god, I'm missing all this. I wanted scale colour thrash metal. Oh dear. Good evening, how are you? Are you happy? Are you in? You're on that account. I forgot there was a second account. I'm not used to the white one. I think I'm just gonna like fill in these areas and then maybe do them lighter in the center, perhaps. Something like that. Shout me if we go off the screen. Maya Quinn, medicine woman. Was that Dr. Quinn, medicine woman? And how are you today? Did Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, have like an Indian assistant man friend? And did everyone she knew refer to her as Dr. Quinn, medicine woman? Doctor. Okay, doctor. That was a long time ago. So where is Dr. Quinn from? Where are you hailing from? What's your name and where do you come from? It's like being on a game show, isn't it? It's brilliant. Your mother, yeah, I don't think... I can't remember my mum watching it. I can't say I remember it actually being any good. #1 fan from Greece. Ah, brilliant. I know a joke about Greece. Can I remember the joke? It was something to do with French fries were not originally cooked in France. They were cooked in Greece. There you go. There's today's dad joke of the day. If anyone would like to send a £300 PayPal donation to hear the next joke. Oh, Transformers. Transformers were the best toys when I was a child. I think we've had this conversation before, you know. I think we're getting a little bit more international in here now. We have some Greek. We have some English. We have some American. So there's three countries representing. I just hope the sound is clear. After spending months with an echo, no one telling me that it sounded absolutely terrible. Yes! We can have the International Streaming Song Contest. That's not a bad idea. I like that idea. I do like that idea. What time is it in Greece at the moment then? It must be, what, 9 in the evening? We need some more dad jokes, don't we? What did the pirate captain say when he reached his 80th birthday? I'm waiting for some answers, potential answers. Did we say something about this? Yeah, we said in Greece, is it 9 o'clock PM ish? I don't know the word for 9 in Greek. Natch. That's my guess. Alright. He's been re-blacked. Next. Here's a conundrum for the world. Why is it in the UK we call our mothers mum with a U, yet in America they call them mom with an O? If anyone can explain that to me, I would appreciate it. Excellent. That was the world's best guess. I think I might have known that, really. But I'm going to pretend I guessed it really well. Basically, everywhere in Europe is about 2 hours ahead of me, and America is 8 hours behind. That's what I've deduced from my international chats throughout the world. Or the World Clock app on the iPhone. I don't know why I keep looking there when I've got a screen there. Stupid. The music seems quite quiet today. Have you finished your sandwich yet, Andy? For Gotrek is the daddy. Who is Gotrek? I think he is a dwarf. I think. I may be wrong. Someone died. We have upset someone. They've left. I don't think we said anything offensive, did we? Here's the dwarf. Is he the white dwarf? Is he the original dwarf that all other dwarves emulate? How am I going to get this upside down? Grombrindal, I've heard of him. So he is the white dwarf from the cartoon, from the magazine. I really do need to learn my dwarves. I know who Gimli is, son of Gloin. And I've heard of Philly, Killy, Drilly, Billy, Millie, Silly, Dilly, and some more. Now there's someone shouting. Silly. I think we've had silly. Billy. When I read that, it was Gotrek was in Slayer. He was in Slayer the band. That well-known guitarist, the dwarf. Is it Gotrek or Gotrek? Does it mean he's off for a wander? He's Gotrek. He was the worst Slayer. In fact, in the way that he didn't kill himself. Have I done this one? Am I a fool? Is this the one I did first? I think it is, you know. Oh, the joys of being stupid. This one I definitely haven't done. I don't know who Grimnir is. Who was the guy who got carried around on a giant dinner plate? Or was he on a chair? And he had a book. Book of dad jokes. He's a dwarf god. Why do I feel like I should probably know at least some of this, but I don't know any of it? Marvellous, that bit was quite easy. Right, I'm getting into the swing of it now. I've remembered how to use my paintbrush. Brian Blessed. I know who he is. Is Brian Blessed still alive? He must be old man now. Fill in some of this chainsaw thing. So we've got some people in here that are not chatting. Some secret lurkers. Who are they, I wonder? '82. My word. That is old. That reminds me, what did the pirate say when he reached his 80th birthday? This is an absolutely terrible joke. Aye, matey. I think it's a pretty good joke. Aye, matey. Let's use up the rest of my paint. Just go over the same bits again as you do. I've done all those bits, okay. I thought it was a good joke. I saw an Apple store get robbed the other day. There were some criminals stealing iPhones. They asked me to go in as an eyewitness. There you go. You can have that one for nothing. I thought it was pretty good. Right, black. Should I do the black now? Or should we move on to the red? I'm going to do a bit of the red because I've done the black. I can't be asked to do any more of that. Mephiston red. I think we did it Mephiston red. What was that? If I slump to the floor in the next few seconds, just because my chair collapsed. I got rid of the squeak. Not bad. Right, red. These are some of the best jokes that I've ever heard. Why has this got purple in it now? We were only painting black. Okay. Mustn't worry about these things. They'll never know. I want this thin, thin, thin. There we go. This is why I don't have a wet palette, because it would be full in like a second. Draw lines on there. Knock that over. Okay. You're up first, are you? Thank you for volunteering. Okay. Paint between the lines. How hard can it be? Quite hard apparently, because I've done it wrong previously. Something came up, eh? Bedtime may have come up in 40 minutes. That's alright. No one is forced to stick around. I think it's rare that people actually make it all the way through to the end. I would say over a year. Was it when I was streaming that Titanicus stuff? I think that came out in August. Was it before then? Uninvited guests. Disinvite them. Just don't answer the door. So excuse me, I'm very busy. Yeah, I think it's about a year. Maybe a touch more. God, I don't like drawing lines. Marvellous. Maybe you thought the stream was mirrored or flipped. Oh, is their internet terrible too? Maybe that's why they're coming round. Then again, we have to be careful not to offend here. Okay. We'll have some Greek language lessons next time. go. I'm getting warm in here. My stomach is rumbling again. And I've only just had my dinner. The joys of being greedy. So apparently the bit on his belly is red. This is a sod to get to. Oh no, not dry tip. I thought we were done with summer. I'm kind of hoping we're done with summer. So I can feel a little bit more productive again. Brush soap. Have you ever found the ultimate brush soap? That's a mission and a half. What defines a good brush soap? There's his little You're okay. You must get it all the time in Greece. It must be awful. I suppose you could use the old retarder stuff that I've never tried. Whoops. Oh, bugger it. They'll never know. Ah. Smells like oranges. Hello. Someone set me... No, they haven't. Paint drying on the brushes. Yeah, I think you can get a medium for that to mix in with your paint to stop it drying so fast. I think I may be very wrong. Do his little feet. Won't worry about doing the inside feet. It's Friday at work tomorrow, so that means donut day, and that is always the best day. The sweatshop. Is the sweatshop at your house, or is it God, I'm terrible at multitasking. Is the sweatshop at your house, or is it the local game shop? That's what I wanted to ask. God, I really have to stop and think. Not sure why I felt the inclination to refill that red bit there. Oh, we're coming along. The shop or the sweatshop? Okay. Yeah, I guess our extreme heat is anything over 30. Anything over 22 I call extreme, but there you go. I imagine in Greece you must get Hideous heat. Like as hot as the sun. I don't know how I'm going to highlight this metal. I might just blag it. Born in Africa? I think there's a song about that by Toto. Does the humidity make things dry faster or slower? I know humidity affects things, but in which way round? There we go. I hear all this it messes around with sprays, malarkey. I don't think I've ever had a problem. Oh, that's why it does that, is it? Okay, yeah, I have seen varnish do that. You need another coat there. Oh no. Does anyone know Russian for hello? I think it's Svasti des Quamoya, perhaps. Oh God. I don't know my Russian. Apart from da or da. Da. Privet. Privet is a type of hedge, is it not? So if you took your privet hedge to Russia, you then have a hello bush, which I find quite interesting. I reckon Andy's the sort of man to know a bit of Russian. That is why they get things done so quickly though, because they're always Russian. Another dad joke there for you. You can have that one for nothing. Oh, air conditioning. How much does a good air conditioning unit cost? Like a good one. One that you can run, you know, for a couple of hours in the evening when you're at home in the sun. Why do I keep looking at that camera? I really need to stop that. Very little. Type. What if we put it in phonetically? All I know is da is yes, da or da, and privet or private. How's that pronounced? Did I do his shield? Can't remember doing it. God, I thought I cocked it up then. That was a worry. I'll have to turn this down. This one hurts my ears. I do apologise for this. I don't know if you could even call it music. I don't know what that thing is between his legs, but we'll just paint it. Good thing about painting these Imperial Knights is you don't really care if it comes out rubbish. Aha! The Primaris is being painted. I've seen that Primaris and it looks quite good. I say quite good, I mean really good. I don't know what the word for good is. Depends on the by the way it has. I think you'll buy one for about 350 euros. So that's probably about 300 quid, isn't it? That might be worth investing in for the like 1 week a year that you really need it. Oh, I'm butchering this. English approximation is fine. If this ends up anything like our French lessons on here, then I think it's going to be wonderful. That poor girl that taught us French, I never did see her again after that. Alright, I think he has had his red bits done. Did I do the back? Yes. I still say hi every now and again. I don't even do that. I don't get a quick bonjour or anything. I think I may have just made this paint too thick. Never mind, let's keep going. Skating everything around the table. What's happening over there? Those baby knights are looking really nice so far. Why is this man not in the chat? How did he do that? Send a direct message like that. She's gorgeous, and you do love the French. I haven't seen her. I can't say I couldn't possibly comment. There we go, we'll paint in his stripes. This one's got a big stain on his shoulder, where I've obviously cocked that up previously. How was the focus today? I've manually focused it rather than auto-focus because it kept focusing on those damn paints in the background. Your battery is sufficiently charged. Is that a euphemism for something? I don't know what that means. Oh, hello. It's the same message. Someone just sent me two of the same message. Okay. Paint his forehead. Paint whatever the hell that is meant to be. He has the smallest face of anything. It looks a bit like one of those things from Beetlejuice at the end where he has his head shrunk. It looks good. How are we doing for sound though? That was meant to be where the big improvements were made. You know what we haven't chatted about for a while? Is movies. Everyone always enjoys a good... There's no echo. Good movie chat. Has anyone got a movie they'd like to discuss to start the ball rolling? Brilliant. I'm glad my 3 hours of fiddling just to realise I had to scroll down to see some more options wasn't in vain. Good. Who is going to go and watch the new Star Wars movie in December? Watchmen. Oh, I remember seeing that at the cinema with an old girlfriend, and she was not happy with that movie. I thought it was alright. I didn't have an issue with it. I remember very little of it. I want to badly, but I've got no one to go with. No one to go with to watch Star Wars. This sounds like a problem that shouldn't exist. But then again, after the horrendous mess of The Last Jedi, I'm not surprised there's no one who wants to watch Star Wars anymore. I thought that movie was atrocious. I don't like watching movies on my own. There must be someone. Maybe we've got another Greek listener on here. We can sort that out. I like the orgasm scene the best. Isn't that in The Matrix? I can't remember that scene. That sounds like something I should remember really easily. I mustn't use that word too much, or YouTube might say I'm adult content or something. Paint his little red toes. And I think the red on this one has had his first layer done. You have no... Oh no! The only geek girl. If you were in the UK, I don't think you'd have a problem. We don't really have many of those around here, or in the US, I'd imagine. Use the rest of my paint. Okay, let's tidy up the white. Miss Jupiter, she was the yellow and black lady, wasn't she? And the night owl, I remember that thing. But I don't remember the scene. Is there like a prison break or something going on? Maybe I should move there in the future. That is entirely up to you. I cannot give opinions on whether someone should immigrate or emigrate anymore. But Andy's comment is correct. He'll be aligned round the corner and the corner after that and the next corner after that. There will be a large queue. A bit like Alton Towers, I'd imagine. It'd be like queuing up for Alton Towers. Right, okay. Don't know why I'm clicking my fingers. White. We're going to use model colour white. Oh, this is my favourite little tune. Aha! I knew there was a prison break in that movie. Oh, hello. Might have to change my water here. I may get contamination. Is that strip of writing at the bottom, which would be around here, is that annoying or is that okay to stay? A tomboy. That is a phrase I haven't heard used in a long time. Is it really that hard in Greece? Do you have geek boys in Greece? Boys. Men. Lads. Louts. See if I can write upside down on here. Yo! Did that work? I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Dearest Vader. Lord Vader. Yeah, you could pretty much wear anything over here, couldn't you? Darth Vader t-shirt. I've got a prediction for the new Star Wars film. Princess Leia is going to end up being Rey's mum. And in a repeat of the scene from Empire Strikes Back, she's going to say, Rey, no, I am your mother. That's my prediction. Also, I'm going to predict at the end, when they destroy whoever the bad guy is, they're all going to walk down that alley like in A New Hope and get medals like Princess Leia gave them in the same place. And this time Chewbacca's going to get a medal. That's my prediction. So I'll write that. Oh, I need to write that down. Because that'll be in here forever. There we go. Let's do a Star Wars t-shirt. There we go. That will work wonders. Just prance around with that on. Oh God, did you see that? Little pirouette there from the night. Marvellous. And that will do wonders. And then you'll have an Alton Towers queue of geek boys. Please share pictures of the queue with us. We've still got some non-chatters in here. A few people who are keeping their mouths shut. So you think Leia is gonna die, okay? I think she's gonna get CGI'd up. Yeah, that's my prediction. They're gonna whip out the old CG computer. Talking of computers, did you hear about the computer that fell in love with the robot sex girl? He couldn't resist her. There you go. There's another joke. You can have that one for nothing. Oh, whoops. Just made that one a bit thick. It does look a bit fake, but we're a couple of years on now, so they may have done it a little better. Or if they put her in like a fire at the start, she could like burn all her face off. And then they could just use any old person, couldn't they? Not getting started on that, as I'll kill the chat. Get started on what? Oh shit. Good old thumb, come to the hand. Come to the handy. Comes in handy, comes to the rescue. Or come to the handy, as my brain decided to come out with. I'm here all week. Yep. I'm here this week, and I'll probably be here next week, and then I won't be on for a week because we're away on the old holidays. Have a nice evening. Hope everything goes well. We'll see you next week. Yeah, I remember the first time I noticed the old Uncanny Valley. I think it was when I was watching Tron. And they did a Jeff Bridges, didn't they? Oh, hello, we've had a name change. Kostenberg. Yeah, you're right, it's the old subconscious brain. Bit like the old bullshit detector. Find us on Instagram. I know this word. Kostenberg. Ah, the old dapple effect. Should probably be doing that. I'm going to do that with the highlights. Oh, I've just had an idea. I'll send you over the Instagram names if it helps, Mr. Brooks. I think I've got a handle on who these people are. Apart from the 3 people who are refusing to talk to us. I don't know who they are. They always sit here and lurk. Unless they've sent me a message on here. Let me have a little goosey gander. Okay. I can't do that. Yes and no. I do apologise. I'm trying to... There we go. Done. Right, where am I up to? Please, what? Oh, it's also prevalent in Ant-Man. I didn't think they did too bad a job of Michael Douglas in Ant-Man, but I did think Robert Downey Jr. looked weird in whatever movie it was when he was young. Right, let's highlight some metal. I'm going to use one of my favourite colours, Model Air Chrome. The old Brothers Blue. You can go off around there. My stomach is rumbling. Have I just put the chrome in with the white paint? My God, I am stupid. I thought that was dry. Interesting colour though. Chrome white. Even got to see that live. World's stupidest cock up. Let's try that again, shall we? Big old bubble. So is anyone else painting while we're here, or is it just a case of sitting and staring at the screen? I might need me diddy brush for this. Right, let's see how this comes out. The start here. Minister. That needs a bit of blending. Oh, Amber is painting. Oh, I missed that bit. Yeah, I think you're right. It was Civil War. It's a start, isn't it, when he's doing some chat on stage. Oh, hello. Is Luke also watching? Luke is the dog. This much I do know. I'm thinking about painting, but yeah. You're coming up with a mental plan of what to do next, I'm going to guess. Now this is a little bastard here. Tatianity. Well, there's a T on the end. I thought it was be Tatiana. But what do I know, eh? Tatianity is lazy cat atelier. If that's how you pronounce it. I always pronounce it atelier. Tabitha, yeah. Tabitha was the name of my old truck. Bit of interesting trivia for you. He is a sausage. I am a sausage. Oh, I don't know if I want to highlight this like that. What I might do is re-layer all this metal and then wash it again. That's the only way. That's alright, that makes more fun. Makes more fun? Apparently my English is poor as well. We are properly international tonight. We've got some German in here now. Luke the German. Mein Hund. Or Das Hund ist kaputt. I think that's how you say it. Mein Hund ist einen Sprechen. Is that even words? I think my German's a little bit Russian. My German is a little bit better than my Russian. He is silly. He is also terrible at foreign languages. So I'll just sort of fill these bits in. I don't know what they are. Just go over them a little bit. I don't know what I'm painting here. This reminds me of when we were painting that Warlord Titan doing his trim. I am Tatianity. We say privet a lot. Privet, privet, privet. I think I should have hit this with a different method. So what was the Dark Crystal series like in the end? Was it any good? And is it worth watching? This paint is drying fast. Hello, what's that? It's difficult. I'm difficult? I guess I am a bit difficult. That's that autism. Were your podlings making a lot of noise throughout the TV show? I should be told they'll be taken to the Skeksis' lair and stuck in that chair where they suck your brains out. Was it your brains they sucked out? Miniatures. And there we go. That sounds like a fun stream. Paint my Skeksis. That's the whole stream will just be and then everyone will just switch off. I remember that doing my head in as a kid. Skeksis. So it does sound good, doesn't it? Where did you where did you read that these miniatures were coming out? I hope it wasn't bullshit and lies that someone told you. They stole your soul. Who stole my soul? The Skeksis. What was once was whole will now be whole again. By Gelflick hand or no hand. When the three suns are one. I'm trying to remember the prophecy. What was undone will be redone. I should write prophecies. If you do something, make sure you done it. Because if you hadn't done it, things won't be done. Hit him with South Wales. Poor old Chamberlain. Black Sun Minis. I have never heard of them. I can't say I've ever painted a third party mini. Oh no, I tell a lie. I painted some talisman pieces once, back in like 1954. We're getting there. Legs, head, shoulders, knees and toes. I don't know why I had the inkling to sing that. I do apologise. Please never anyone play that back. Why am I singing the Okie Kokie? Shit. I would like a Skeksis mini. Don't know if I could be bothered to paint any of the other characters, but I definitely want to paint Skeksy. Oh, fuck me. If in doubt, give it a good fingering. There we go. Crisis averted. Okay, I see what I should have been doing. So these are possibly likely to be busts. They'd be quite hard to paint, I think, wouldn't they? I've never once tried to paint a bust. Gelflings. What were those weird things they ran around on? That looked like a running bat. They had like a propeller for a nose or some weird look to them. Alright, that one's had its metal redone. And that sucked. So I'm going to cheat it. That was about as much fun as pulling my toenails out with a tool. I should. It's a lot of fun. I just feel like I've got so much other stuff to do. And painting a bust would be something that was I would do if I had absolutely nothing else on. Unless I really liked the character I was painting. Welcome to the clothes show. This week, David Bowie wears a Starship Enterprise uniform. Right Said Fred buys some new vests. And Prince tries on some new pyjamas. We haven't done the clothes show for a while. David Bowie. It's always David Bowie, isn't it? How long ago was it that someone dreamt about David Bowie being on Star Trek? That's got to be, what, nearly 2 months ago? It would be good. Variety is handy. It would help, probably, somehow. This sounds like that musical instrument from Wonderful Christmas by Paul McCartney. They bzz, 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 bang on your hand. Who's looking forward to the new Dune movie? I know I am. Piss. Liberace's thong. Julian Clary. What is the difference between Julian Clary and that other one? I forget his name. Lily Savage. Is it the same person? Boy George and Julian Clary always seem very similar to me. That's Paul O'Grady, isn't it? Oh, look out. Laundry on the line. Sounds like a Johnny Cash song. There's laundry on the line, and the storm is coming in. Might write that song later. Laundry on the line, and the storm is rolling in. David Bowie's here with his rolling pin. Oh yes, it's me, David Bowie, and my rolling pin. It sounded exactly like him, well done. I also do requests if you have any requests. Sings so pretty. I'm going to guess that you were being sarcastic. Thank you, Caitlin Perez Alonso. So 3 names in one. Hopefully you won't see them too close, because they don't look that great close up. Well, I won't until I've got this metal sorted out, because this is being a pain. How come I whizzed through that one so much quicker than the last one? We need to do some more singing. The storm is rolling in by Johnny Cash. On a Monday, the storm was rolling in. On a Tuesday, I left my clothes outside. The best singing you've ever heard in your entire life. I think I just wrecked me brush tip. It's drying out. The trouble with this chrome paint is it dries out quicker than a I can't think of anything that isn't crude. Than a thirsty person in the desert. There you go. So does anyone here use a wet palette? That's going to be today's question of the day. And if not, why not? Oh, for fudge pack's sake. Bum bags. That's all I'm going to say about that. Bum bags. Still need to make one and try it. I know who you are. Bum bags. How long ago was your David Bowie dream? I want to know what these little metal things are on the top that look like disco balls. They can't be disco balls, can they? Whoops. Cock up. Never mind. They'll never know. Once we get our wash on there. It's about a month ago, perhaps. How long have you been frequenting the stream? Must have been your early days. Ah, you use a wet palette, Mr. Brooks. I've bought some resources to construct my own. I might even do a little how I built my own wet palette video. How to make things wet. Leave it outside on the line when there's a storm coming in. That's tip number 1. Smeared your piece. Oh God. Cannot wait to have this bit of metal done. What kind of wash am I going to stick on this metal? Black? Better do that next. Changed your life. See, everyone says it changes your life. Everyone says you get a wet palette and everything is so much better and easier. I can't see how. I like my dry, filthy palette. How can it change your life so? Paint his kneecaps. Dry, filthy palette for the win. See, this is what it's all about, the dry filth. We always want to go in dry. I feel like if it's dry, I can control my... what's the word? I can control how thick and thin my paint is by letting it cook off a bit to thicken it, or add some water to thin it. But surely using a wet palette, once you've watered it down, you're stuck. I will try it though, it's on the list of things to try, and if I do like it, I will tell the world my findings. I need some more paint right at the end, isn't it? It's always right at the end. But I don't mind wasting paint because it's only like a drop. I've still got like paint from like 1924 over there that I don't use. What have we got as an example? Paint that I haven't used since forever. I have a colour over here, dark flesh. Look, you can see the literal dust on the top of that. That is how old it is. So I've never wasted that. I bet it's dried out. Oh, what is that? Yeah, it's kind of squidged up. You might be able to bring that back. It's like chocolate orange in there. Can you see? In the bottom, it's not too bad. I could probably put some thinner in there and bring that back to life. But it's not this day. That can stay over there. What else have we got here? Here's a famous colour. Hawk turquoise. With another thick layer of dust on there. Look at that. There's some diseases in that, I imagine. Oh, if your brushes last longer. What's a parchame? Parchame? Well, that one may be... There's a screw in there. It's one of my old agitators that I made back in 1984. So I don't really worry about wasting paint because it dries out on me before I've finished using it. But I promise I will make one. I have all the equipment to make it DIY style. I could make it on stream, couldn't I? That would be a fun day. Building a wet palette. Anyway, I need a little bit more paint. Have I got any of the really old paints in here at the moment? The old Mark 1 paint. I don't think I have. No, they're all in the box then. No. Right, I am procrastinating big time, aren't I? Need to get this silver finished, then I can get a wash on. I say silver, it's more like an absolutely disgusting colour. See, I can't do this on a wet palette. Swish it around. So it'd take up all my real estate. The wet palette wars. Right, where are we up to? His legs. Cocked up. I'm trying to find some new content on YouTube to watch. If anyone has any good suggestions of people I can watch. Have we had this conversation as well? Next we'll be talking about what we've had for dinner. Building the wet palette. And then we'd be done in like 10 minutes. I guess we'd get to try the wet palette. There we go. All the silver has been... No, it hasn't. Every time you're doing something, don't you think, yes, I've finished. And then you realise you really haven't. And then you feel massively demoralised. I fancy watching the movie Alien and Aliens again. Are those things running around? You can count me out. I guess we can count you out of everything. Yeah, you can. Flip her upside down. Do her from underneath. Done. Do apologise, that probably banged quite hard through that microphone. Here's another question for you all. How often should you wash your brushes with brush soap? Purely from a hobbying perspective. I know who this nostalgia critic is. Bacon and egg sandwiches. How is George anyway? I haven't heard from George in a long time. It's my dirty little rag here. A lot of purples on there. I'm not sure why. Right, where are we up to? Hello, my stream just looked like someone walked behind me, but there's a wall there, so they do well to do that. There's a spider up there. Wonder why my quality is dipping in and out. A Vimto remix. How is a Vimto remix different to just normal Vimto? Right, which one did I just paint? I'm going to say that one. So let's stick. Oh, should I use Agrax Earthshade or should I use Blick? I'm going to use Blick. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Agrax Earthshade. Let's try it. See what happens. I hope my lid is on. I love that noise. What brush are we going to use to put this wash on? Something good. What's that? You may be about the right size. So you wash them every night? No, brown ain't gonna work. Well, every time you're finished painting, you wash them. Oh God! I normally wash mine, or I aim to wash mine at the end of every project. Wash them properly. So every time I finish a section, like a squad or an individual thing, I'll wash them. It can't be long till we're sitting here in our onesies painting. And that will be a good day. You can't beat painting in your onesie. Can't wait for the onesies. I reckon we've got about another month. Once October hits, I reckon it'll be onesie season again. Christmas special. I'll be in that onesie well before then. Although, I do want... Oh, I like the idea of that. How do you do a Google Hangout? What is a Google Hangouts? Is that even the correct use of English? What is a Google Hangouts? You go on there like that. You have your face washed. Like a so. Here we go. We're pulling it back now. That terrible silver paint. Dab some of that on there. Do his balls, disco balls on the top, whatever they're supposed to be. You don't have a onesie to wear at the hangout. There's a simple workaround. Out comes your BJ. What? Sorry, what? They must sell onesies in the US. It can't just be a UK thing. A unicorn onesie. That's not a bad idea, is it? Can you get custom onesies made anywhere? Ah, so it's a big deal. Roger that. I thought someone else was coming to the stream tonight. God, would I wear my tiger onesie or my star onesie? It works through YouTube. Okay. That's handy. It's already all set up. All we need is a onesie, which we've got. So we are ready to. Onesie is ready. Z. What's going on here? Just lifting the paint. The hardest part about painting Imperial Knights is the metal trim and it not sucking. So, what has everyone got planned for the weekend? Anything good? Ah, Rudolph. Can I come as Santa's sack? Can I just be like a giant swag bag? There's something wrong with the GW washers sometimes. They don't actually seem to work. Did I shake it up? I think I did. Ah, Jesus Christ, that made me jump. Who's fantasy nerd? You just gave me a heart attack. But much appreciated heart attack there. My God. You nearly saw me die. That was so loud in my ear hole. God. God, I think I'll be having nightmares about that. Oh dear, I haven't painted his thing. I don't know what you call it. I will blag that later. And we just gotta this gun gaming. Marcel, we finished. You finished that already? You beat me. That might be the first finished Primaris coming back my way. I thought Amber was going to beat you. Assuming that's what you mean by you're finished. They don't have a capillary action. Citadel was... Yeah, they're sort of weird. Sometimes they just feel like really watery and don't actually wash. Ah, the armour is finished. So now it's a detail. What are you laughing at? Did you see me jump? That was a scary noise. But if it happens again, I'll be ready for it. Who was the big star anyway? Who was Fantasy Island or whatever it was? Was that someone who's lurking in the chat? Oh, that's upset someone. Said some people bug out. I look forward to seeing pictures of this Space Marine. And then I'm going to ask how it was painted over and over again. How did you do this bit? And how did you do that bit? And did you wear a onesie when you were painting that? It's my birthday present, I believe. Alright, I look forward to seeing the jump. And that made me jump bad. Fantasy Nerd. That was the name. Who was Fantasy Nerd? Is that Mr. Underdog painting? We haven't seen Mr. Underdog for a while. Maybe it was Mr. Underdog was responsible for the jump scare. Monday. We streamed Monday? That shows how badly out of touch I am. Can't even remember my days of the week. Aha. How is one? Are you looking forward to the weekend, or do you have to work or anything horrible like that? I've decided not to work this weekend. So I can go and pick up this aeroplane game, which I've pre-ordered like a sado. Fantasy Nerd. I don't recognise the name. I think that one's done. Let's run a bit more around this bit on his chopper. Okay, so those two have had their silver wash put on. It looks a bit better now, I suppose. Need to dash more on there. Those flat bits. Marvellous. Happy with that? Have we got time again? Yes. Stick another one in. I reckon I can get this metal done. Rebasing your custom chapter. Who is your custom chapter? Tell us about your custom chapter. There's not enough custom chapters in the world, is there? Ah, the Blades of Ultramar. That actually sounds like a legit chapter name. I think that is a skill in itself, coming up with a chapter name that doesn't sound like some kid came up with it. The Choppers. The onesie wearers. Guardians of the Onesie. Apparently they don't sell onesies in the US. I've never considered buying one before now. Now is the time. It's onesie time. I don't know why we have to break out into Schwarzenegger impressions for a onesie. It's onesie time. The sins of Neptune. Ah, an interesting shtick. I quite like the sins of Neptune. Sound like as in Neptune the god. I'm so close to being done. It's making me feel happy. There we go. Stuff some up there. Just the gun things. Who is Fantasy Nerd? I want to see Fantasy Nerd. I want them to take responsibility for giving me a heart attack. Sweet. That bit is done. Kind of pulled those metals back from looking terrible. Kind of. I mean, they don't look great. They look better than they did. What did you miss? Not a lot, to be honest. We're trying to figure out who Fantasy Nerd is, because I want them to take responsibility for giving me a heart attack. Yes, the metals are done. Yes. So that means we can start re-highlighting the black, re-highlighting the red. But I think I shall save that for next week. I'm going to probably call it there for now. What did they do? Oh, they, I don't know what pinged up on the screen. It was just a big spinning star. And I had this massive blast of noise in my ears after listening to quiet music for the best part of 2 hours. And then it made me jump. Yeah, so we blame them for giving me a heart attack. I'm sure Andy will have a nice clip of that somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to thank everybody for coming along. And we haven't achieved a huge amount today. Although we are now at the stage. Can I line them up so they're actually on the screen? Wow, this computer is behind. What was I going to say? I Can't remember what I was going to say. I don't know. Next time we should nearly be able to finish these. Highlight the black, highlight the red. Do the bases. That's pretty much it. And then we're done. And then they'll be finally out of our hair. And we can move on to that big one. And finally get that one done. That's been sitting here for like 18 months. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you everybody for coming along. If I need to send anyone any information, please let me know, because I will forget. And I shall say goodbye. Bye.